Identified government agents talk of a new world order.
Are you implying we may both have some bad apples in our cart?
I got a full list of mobile phones active in the same cell around the time of his death.
And?
Sarah was no more than 5 meters away when he fell.
Walker's death threw me.
I understand.
Do you?
Can't have been easy for you.
No.
Being close to someone, finding out they're not who you thought they were. It's painful.
Sarah was at the meeting in Basel.
She was there.
Are you sure?
Walker was on his way to finding that out. He's dead.
I'm finished.
Home Secretary.
Sir Harry.
I think Nightingale drove his predecessor from office.
You think Lawrence could be theirs? I don't like being messed about. I'll decide on the payback.
You're with them. Nightingale.
They'll kill me, Lucas. It's you and me.
Who are they?
You have no idea how big they are. They are taking over.
Nightingale's been stirring things up.
But what the hell is their game? Attacks in the UK, 6 billion transferred to an unknown destination in Pakistan. Home Secretary forced from office.
And we're still missing pieces.
That's what worries me. What's next?
A series of global terror attacks.
There have been simultaneous attacks in the US and Holland.
His replacement, General Azim Ali.
Nightingale's man is running the Pakistani army.
They're forcing India and Pakistan into open conflict.
Or worse, nuclear war.
दाखिल हो चुके हैं। आइरस बागे, जल्दी ऊपर आएं। यहाँ से आपको कराची ले जाएगा। फौरन ऊपर आएं। फौरन ऊपर आएं।
Reports are correct. Indian sub fished up by the Pakistani Navy forced into Karachi harbour, where the TV cameras are already whirring.
So what happens now?
General Ali's already been on Pakistani television crowing about the capture. Meanwhile, the Indians have issued a deadline of a week for the return of the sub, otherwise all bets are off.
Oh, deadlines are bad.
Somebody will have to blink. That's Russell Price, CIA, head of operations in Europe. I'm really nervous if he's here. Good to see you, Russell.
We're gonna have to bring everybody around a table, Harry, getting some pizzas.
The Indians are incandescent.
Oh, yeah. They're getting pretty Finding Nemo about the whole thing. Our satellites are showing a buildup of troops in Kashmir.
You know that General Azim Ali is on record as having said that he finds the Indians more of a threat than the Taliban.
Still not an uncommon view in those parts. My Secretary of State is on standby. We're cracking lots of heads behind the scenes. Pakistani President Madassa is a guy we can work with.
Well, except he's not calling the shots anymore. General Ali has used the Pakistani military to sideline his own president.
Then we need to get Madassa's back and isolate the hardliners on both sides. Once we get the talk started, we'll kick some ass.
Well, he seems confident they can stop it.
65 years we've had a nuclear deterrent, and not since the Cuban Missile Crisis has it seemed so likely to be used.
The submarine was a calculated pretext.
Somebody's pushing this right to the edge. Home Secretary.
Ah. Sorry, Twitter update. They like us to seem with it. A phrase that probably won't earn me the freedom of Shoreditch anytime soon. So, please, come in. The Prime Minister has asked us to step in to stop this potential conflict. Apart from the millions in India and Pakistan who will perish if this goes nuclear, the impact on the rest of the world will be enormous. It could easily escalate. The situation it's unthinkable. The PM got on the blower to the American president this morning. We're inviting the Indian and Pakistani leaders to London for emergency talks. The Americans will send their Secretary of State.
Okay.
Do you think the Pakistanis will play ball?
Well, clearly the situation in Pakistan is complicated. I think we need to support the civilian president and try and bolster him up against the hardliners within the military.
Easier said than done with General Ali in the driving seat.
I agree. So we give President Madassa all our support. Now, I actually know him. I was at Cambridge with him, and I will use all my powers to persuade him to release the submarine. I don't think we should underestimate the personal touch.
When are the talks happening?
The main players arrive in the next few hours. The PM will be in checkers with the American Secretary of State, and they will intervene as and when. And I'm confident that you can deal with all the security issues this will inevitably throw up, Sir Harry. PM's relying on us.
Which annoyed you more? Twister or the fact you went to Cambridge?
Actually, it was when he said the PM got on the blower to the President of the United States.
Of course.
The UN Secretary-General has appealed to all sides to step back from the brink of confrontation over the submarine crisis. Meanwhile, the Indian government has suggested that it will renounce its no-first-strike policy in favor of a more aggressive approach to recent events. Other governments are approaching the issue with caution.
Yeah, this is Janie Harding. Send him up.
How's India?
Hot.
Well, it's gonna get hotter.
How far down the road are we?
They're flying in the Indians and the Pakistanis for talks.
So it's all going according to plan.
Both sides under one roof. You get what we need? The Indian signature.
Straight out of a factory in Pune. Hotter than a curry. Only used by the Indian military.
You got any doubts?
No? You got any doubts about me?
I don't. Some do. You're still a tax and spend, pro-choice, godless liberal, right?
Look, if we don't do this, one day in the next decade, the Taliban are going to take control of a nuclear state, and that'll be the end.
What your problem is? You're way too smart to fit into just one camp.
Yeah, takes a little bit more than flattery to get me into bed, Russ.
Are you forgetting who I am? I could destroy you, remember?
Not this godless liberal.
What's an MI5 pretty boy got that I don't?
You just answered your own question.
I want you to kill him.
Why?
Because we need to know there's no lingering emotional tie that might prove difficult.
There isn't.
Well, then there shouldn't be a problem. Lucas North is good, right? So better out of the way. Do it soon, and I'll be able to stop fielding questions about your commitment to the cause.
Submarine update?
Unchanged. There's an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council this afternoon.
Okay. Well, our focus has to be on the group who seem to be manufacturing this crisis.
General Azim Ali, Chief of Military Command in Pakistan and probable benefactor of Nightingale's largesse to the tune of $6 billion. Now more powerful than the president in many ways. He has close links to the Chinese, and he's definitely the man behind the submarine crisis. Hans Lindemann, millionaire fixer. We suspect he's behind the Basel meeting.